गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रयविनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नमः. We are looking at business and Vedanta. That is the topic. Business, though, from Vedanta point of view, there is nothing called business. There is only one. Vipra bahudha na bhavanti. So there is nothing else apart from one, from Vedanta point of view. What does Vedanta mean? You all come across the word Vedanta? Some of you or all of you? So good. So what does Vedanta mean? Does it mean scriptures? Philosophy, knowledge of the Vedas. That is a lower understanding. The higher understanding means where all knowledge stops, Vedanta begins. Veda anta. Anta means end. Ved means the words, because all the Vedas are nothing but words. And where the words end, there Vedanta begins, and that Vedanta is you, every one of you. Is that Paramatma? Is that infinite? So topic over. But our situation is that we are in this world and we want to see how to conduct our business of life, business of, or our businesses for that matter, or business of our mind, because it's the most busiest thing. And how do we conduct that in the light of Vedanta so that we become effective managers of our life here and now? Not tomorrow, not yesterday, here, now. Because this is the only moment we have. So our masters, Shastras say that Vedanta, to come to that point which is beyond all words, there are many scriptures, but mainly if you study these three, you will go beyond it. If you subjectively orient yourself while you are studying them under a teacher, not by yourself. Scripture should not be studied by yourself. And you should choose or become available to such a teacher, just like mentoring. You go to businesses, people do graduate programs and etc. They are assigned a mentor, so that person under that tutelage, they learn all the various aspects of the company. They are moved from department to department. Same way, scriptures also should be studied under a tutor, under a teacher, under a guru. Who is that guru? Who understands the scriptures in and out, who is applying the scriptures and living by the scriptures in his or her life. Only such a person. If a person is not well versed in physics and you want to go and ask questions from that person, he is not able to answer, then what good a physics teacher or maths teacher that person is. So our entire schooling we had done by going to a teacher and then become adept at those subjects. Similarly, when it comes to scriptures, आजकल एक हवा चली हुई है कि I want to study the Bhagavad Gita in my way. I don't want anyone else's interpretation. तुम्हारी औकात क्या है? Neither you know Sanskrit, neither you are available to the what Bhagavad Gita is telling you, because you are caught up in surviving, you are caught up in agitations, you are caught up in lack, you are not even having an iota of feeling that there is abundance in this creation, and then you want to study. One doesn't even have a focus. And then we want to study scriptures by ourselves and try to understand. It is not possible. It is possible for some, but not everyone. Those who are caught up in this rat race, for them it is very difficult. And usually they get the wrong conclusions, wrong ideas, and then they start arguing. Ramchandra in Ramayana, it is Ramchandra ji ate meat, and Krishna was manipulative. He made the war happen, and why Ramchandra ji killed Bali from the back? That is unrighteous. And all these because they studied themselves. They don't understand the nuances behind those incidences, why those things had to happen. And therefore, they lose the plot. And then, if sometime in their life they do become available, then the teacher has to teach them, just like a person had a class, tabla master. So those who don't know anything, free, or 10 rupees, let's say. And if you know something, then 100 rupees per class. So this fellow who had trained himself for some and then left in between. So he went, why are you charging 100 rupees from me? I have already studied so much. I have done the first level, second level, I don't know. He says, play. सब ताल उल्टी सीधी थी, तो उसने कहा, that's why I'm charging you. Now first I have to make you unlearn what you have learnt, and then I have to teach you. So that's going to be hard work for me. So this is what our masters also. So again, one more thing, that yesterday also I brought this topic out, that one has to learn. Nobody can teach. All masters, all teachers are teaching the same thing. But if the student is not available, that teaching goes over the head. So we have to become available. And here today we will see a little bit synopsis of how do we become available to the lessons of life, or lessons from a teacher, or lessons from the scriptures, or the lessons from the self. How do we do that? How do we become available, or our mind becomes available, so that transformation can come about? Because it's all question of transformation, here and now, not tomorrow. So, as I was saying, this Vedanta, it is called as Prasthanatrayi. Prasthanatrayi is 3 categories of scriptures are to be studied in order to go beyond the world. First is the Bhagavad Gita, second is the Upanishads. You heard of the Upanishads? And the third is Brahma Sutra. Brahm Sutra नहीं, Brahm Sutra means उसमें ए ऐड करना पड़ता है, ब्रह्म सूत्र, और वो HM के पहले आना चाहिए, ब्रह्म. अगर if M comes before H, ब्रह्मा, तो फिर भ्रम हो गया. फिर भ्रम मतलब confusion, illusion, the illusion sutras. So Brahma Sutras. So these are the 3. So we are not going to go into that. Our Bhagavad Gita is also told as the essence of all the Upanishads. And here the Vedas were given by the Lord himself, or that infinite himself. There is no order for the Vedas. But we only relate with someone who is in front of our eyes, whom we have met or seen or have heard a story about him, we know a little bit of history about him, with such a person we can relate. We may all go to temples, but if you go to Chidambaram, anyone has been to Chidambaram? It's a temple of space. So there's nothing inside the temple. In Bali you will go, all the temples are like that. They are empty from inside. Gods are only outside the temple. Inside, in the Garbhagriha, in the sanctum sanctorium, it's empty space. So how do you relate with empty space? How do you relate with no form? But here, our Sanatan Dharma, our culture is so great that we have Ramchandra ji, we have Krishna Bhagwan, and Krishna Bhagwan is the ultimate and Purna Avatar and complete person, and he has, under the circumstances which he brought about, he presented the essence of all the Vedas, which is as the Bhagavad Gita, which not only takes the person beyond the world, but at the same time makes that person become effective. Makes the person effective to function in this life. To function in this life. And that is the beauty of Bhagavad Gita. If you read Upanishads, they only take you beyond. They'll take you to silence. They will not allow you to function in this world. Because every student who has come to the Upanishads, they have already renounced the world and then come to the Upanishads to study the Upanishads. But Bhagavad Gita gives you a tool. Sri Krishna is giving us the tool through Bhagavad Gita to how to live dynamically in this life. How to regulate our life, how to program our life for success. And now here again the definition of success will be each person will define. For a person, if the mother is thinking of success, her measure of success is how well the children are, उनको संस्कार देने हैं, उनको खाना खिलाना है, उनको नरिश करना है, उनको टाइम पे सुलाना है, एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा. That is her, that my children are getting a balanced approach to life and I am taking care of them. That is her success. A business person's success is that the business is going well. A person who's having an idea that I have to keep my work and life, personal life balance, then he's working towards that. But here, it is this versus that. Some people say that, physical, mental, emotional, intellectual balance has to be there, spiritual balance has to be there, then a person is successful, isn't it? But how do you bring that about? Here Bhagwan Sri Krishna in our Bhagavad Gita, he puts it across to you. How you can bring all this about. And it all depends if your, how should I say, if your take on yourself is very clear. Majority of the people don't know why they are here in this life. Majority of the people, they don't know why they are living, why they are breathing, why they are eating, why they have become a IT fellow, why they have become many sannyasis are also like that. They don't know why they have become sannyasi. Because they are repenting. Now they can't go back. So why have we been born? Why have we popped into this creation? Is it to trouble the creation? Or is it to add value to the creation? Or is it to spread joy and happiness to this creation? Everyone has this altruistic mean, I want to add value. But Are we able to? Are we able to spread happiness to the creation? We want to, but are we able to? अपने बच्चे ही हमसे खुश नहीं होते रहते, क्या कर, दुनिया को क्या बताएंगे? सब everyone understands Hindi in between if I say, huh? So where are we going wrong then? See, just like our those who are students of economics, what is the definition of economics? पढ़ाई की होगी थोड़ी सी.
Buying and selling, science of buying and selling goods.
Is economics? No.
Allocation of resources.
Huh?
Allocation.
Good. It is distribution of limited resources so that everyone can benefit. That is the definition of economics. Our scriptures totally defunct that. Our belief is that there is abundance in this creation. There is no lack of redistribution of scarce resources. There is no scarce resource. There is enough for everyone. Only you have to believe it. And once you believe, कभी देखा है कि you buy a Lexus and you say, oh, I see all other models, but I have not seen this color and this Lexus model, and you buy it, and after that you keep seeing that one only everywhere. पहले का, where was it before? Why couldn't you see it before? Now you are seeing it everywhere. Suddenly abundance has come because your attention is there. The mind, we'll go into that afterwards. The mind brings everything because wherever your focus is, the mind keeps presenting because you want that. So it keeps presenting you that in the creation. So, Bhagavad Gita does that. Before we get into this, what Bhagavad Gita says, many people have a contention. Who are the followers of Vedas? Who are the followers of Sanatana Dharma, if we want to use that word? The basic tenet, one of the tenets that one has to accept, which has become a taboo today, is you have to accept, those who are following the Vedas, they have to accept that the society is divided into Brahma, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, which has become a taboo today because of the politicians. But tell me, you are all, most of you are businessmen, I suppose, or are working for some business. Are there not thinkers, advisors in your company? There are. Are there not managers in your company? There are. Are there not financial controllers and resource people in your company? There are. And are there not workers in your company? There are. If I take this 15-20 people together and I give a project, automatically it will be divided into these four. One or two people will be the thinkers, idea givers, and everyone is not a manager. Everyone is not able to bring everyone together. So automatically some person will come out as the manager. Okay, you think of the idea, I'll get everyone together to work on that project. And immediately some people will say, oh, I can do this, find this out, I can find where the finance is going to come from, I can do the marketing, I can do this, I can do that. Immediately they go into the third category. And others say, nahi yaar, this is too much. You all decide and tell me what to do, I'll do that. They are majority of them. You see? Our Sanatan Dharma, our Vedas, automatically the thinkers are the Brahmins, the managers are the Kshatriyas, the resource, those who bring the resources, they are the Vaishyas, and those who are saying that you tell us what to do, we'll just follow, they are the workers, they are the Shudras. That's it. Where's the wrong? Where's wrong in that? But to make it into it is a caste. It is not based on caste. It is not based on birth. Is it not possible for a worker in the company to become the CEO of the company? It is possible. He can keep upgrading his knowledge base, and he can become a ideas person and direct the company in a different way. And that possibility was there, is there in our culture, and our Bhagavad Gita also teaches that. And so what is this based on? Brahma, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra? It is based on, can you think? What are the two parameters which define a person to be ideas or creative ideas, a manager, a resource person, or a mere worker?
Work they are doing.
Okay, one is work. One is work.
Maybe all four, right? Like I am also Shudra also, and I am also.
Good, everyone has those four. Good, very good. But the main trait, okay, work is one, karma is one. What is the other one? Oh, good, close. It is gyan, knowledge. So knowledge and action determine where a person is sitting in himself, in these four categories. And you can upskill yourself or you can downskill yourself. Ravana was a great knowledgeable person, but his actions brought him down, isn't it? King Vikramaditya of the Vijayanagara kingdom, a great person. See? And so many others like that. It doesn't have to be from any religion or, no, there is nothing like that. Your actions, if your actions are reflected, your knowledge is reflected in your actions, then you are in the right place. And you keep upskilling your knowledge and keep reflecting that knowledge because you believe in it. You are convinced of it. Not just at a surface level. So we do that surface level when we went to school. अभी तक कुछ यूज़ नहीं किया मैंने जो स्कूल में पढ़ा था. It's a surface. But when I came to the scriptures, it's just like fish to water. There's no question of moving away from the scriptures, or not because of survival, not because of the importance that you get, not because of anything, but because my heart and soul and mind, everything is totally resonating with what the Vedanta or the scriptures are teaching us. It is making you complete. And the more a person becomes complete in his life, the more he becomes effective manager in his life. See, I asked him when we were coming that, what ticks you, man? You're a business person. What drives you? First it was innovation. First it was something different, something out of the box. Then it came to empower others to become successful. It's a great thing. When you have been instrumental in giving employment to so many people, and they are able to take care of their families and educate their children and so on and so forth, that is a great power. If it can be a source of motivation. But majority of the time, what happens in our life, whichever company we are working for today, majority of the companies, the American model, only greed is guiding. Only money is guiding. Only the result, what do I get in return, is guiding us. The Vedantic model, if I want to use that word, or the Krishna model, does not depend upon the result. It does not mean that he does not plan. It does not mean that he does not set goals. But he doesn't keep thinking what is going to happen and becomes ineffective in the present moment. Because work, when can you do work? If I am working, what is my work going on right now? Speaking. What is your work going on right now? Listening. If I am not speaking by being in the present at this moment, you will catch. If you are not listening, I can catch. It shows. Why? Because we have become distracted, because we have become disinterested, because we have become tired, we have come after a long day. So many factors are there. But again, I go back to Vishal. He says, when I am living my passion, I never get tired. When I am living my passion, when I am living my dream, when I am continuously inspired in whatever I am doing, then there is no tiredness, there is no sleep required. That's why you see the majority of those who are great, high achievers, hardly 3-4 hours of sleep. Look at our Modi ji. Huh? Look at our Sant Mahatmas. They are continuously moving around, giving satsangs, meeting people, or everything is going on. So many downloads coming to them, downloads, issues, but they don't get affected by the issues of the people, and yet they are able to give solutions to those people. How come? How come at work we are not able to do that? I'm not saying any one of you, I'm just giving a general. So the closer we come to our essence, the closer we are to our purpose. So question comes, what is our purpose in life? Why are we born? Were we born to, what do you call, ahar nidra bhaya maithunanja? Are we born to eat? Are we born to sleep? Are we born to procreate? And are we born to live in fear of survival? Are we here for this purpose? What are we here for? Batao?
Figuring out.
Pardon me?
Figuring out.
Oh, you're figuring out. Good. My job is only to trigger.
Yeah.
Figuring out. Anyone else? Why are you here?
Leave an impact.
To leave an impact. That is a very modern thing. All kids want to leave an impact, but they don't but you have to make yourself capable. You have to become able.
Some people are here to serve. Some people are here to serve.
Some people are here to serve. Good. But are we effective at service, or are we imposing our ideas on the people we are serving? Social worker does that. Sevaks also do that. इधर से जाओ. अरे सेवक है तो be humble. वो दादागिरी करता है. So why are we here? Why did we take this human form?
Maybe try to improve ourselves.
So we have come into this creation to improve ourselves, is it? To evolve. Okay, we have come here to evolve. In what manner?
Finish the karmas.
Finish the. We have come here to finish the karmas. That's a big one.
And execute his will.
And execute the karmas.
Execute his will.
Execute
His will.
His will. Oh, so you are going to execute His will. So you have become more powerful than Him.
We are the executors.
You are the executor. कभी नहीं होगा.
With the mediators.
कभी नहीं होगा.
Vedanta talks about realization, that you are here to realize that you're one.
Good.
But it's
So
easy to say, I don't understand.
So I will put it in easier words. So he hit the jackpot that your husband? No.
She's the daughter.
Oh, your daughter. Okay. So again we can only say what our scriptures say and what our masters say. So why have we come into this creation in the form of the human being? There's only one purpose. See, and that is to realize our full potential. Are we expressing our full potential in life? Or I may be doing everything right, but am I satisfied with what is expressing out of me? Narad Muni was there. You heard of Narad Muni? All of you? A great devotee of Lord Narayana. He is a master of 64 knowledges. There is nothing that he doesn't know. He plays Veena, but he is a great, at war. He knows all the weapons of mass destruction. He is good at composing. He is good at music. He is good at dance. He is good at everything that you can. Astrologer, Ayurveda, everything. Administration. One day he was sitting, such an adept person, well educated. He's sitting and he's feeling, after having gained all the knowledge from the books, from the creation, still he's feeling an emptiness in his heart. Why am I not feeling content even after I have studied? But because he is who he is, fully in tune with himself, immediately the teachers appear. And the teacher were his elder brothers, the Sanat Kumaras. They said, have you fallen in love, our brother, dear brother? He says, I am a brahmachari. What do you mean? Speak, don't give me wrong ideas, man. I am a brahmachari. No. We are talking about love. We didn't say love with the opposite sex. Have you experienced love? He says, no, I have not experienced. Only intellectual going on. All studies, all education. They say, okay, you start chanting Om Namo Narayanaya, and that will complete you. And that person who was master of everything still felt empty within. And what completed him? The grace of the divine. And from that time, that moment onwards, how did he function? Did he function executing the divine will, as our gentleman was saying? Or did he become an empty vessel and the Lord started expressing through him his will? मेरी औकात क्या है कि मैं भगवान, I have not created, I don't have an idea how to execute his will. See, all I can do is surrender to him. And all he can do, my tapasya is to surrender to the Lord. And his tapasya is, he is looking who becomes empty so that I can function through him. That is his tapasya. But we are too busy. And what is this purpose of life? Purpose of life is that as a human being, we discover our full potential. Yesterday I told one statement when Hanumanji was asked by Ramchandra ji. एक दो लोग थे यहाँ के. And what did he say? बताओ.
As a body, I am a servant of yours.
As a body, O Lord Ram, I am your servant. So when my attention is on my body, the only job I can do is serve you. Second,
When I am connected with soul to soul, I am yours.
correct. When I consider myself as a manifestation, that the life is manifesting, my attention is on the life principle as the soul, then I am your part. I am a part of you. Then third one, when I consider
Oneness.
when I consider myself as the consciousness, Atma, there is no difference between you and me, O Lord. This is the full potential. we are not even at the body level. We are further down. What is that further down? That is, we are at the transaction level. Transaction level is we are husband, we are wife, we are brother, we are sister, we are managers, we are employees, and continuously complaining about everything. Complaining about traffic. Uh-huh. Only a transactional level. In technical terms, it is called Gaunatma. Gaunatma means that which is virtual. Husband, wife, etc., etc. All roles that you are playing are virtual. Virtual means what? That which appears but is actually not there. That which appears but actually is not there. And this which is not there is having all the suffering. This which is not there is having all the issues of life. Who? The employee has the issues because of the boss. The boss has issues because of the employee. The husband has the issue because employee as well as the boss, both are roles. They are not the real people. A real people is man. Similarly, husband has issues because of wife. Father has issues because of children. Children have issues because of parents. That they are too strict, this, that. But again, it's the role complaining, not the original person. So we have to find out. So first, what is your original? I am the man. Okay, come back to be the man. What is man? A body. As the body, what is your job? But Hanumanji is saying, as a man, as a body, my job is only to serve. So serve what? Serve the Lord. Serve you, O Lord. Because in his mind, his expansion is complete. If you read the story, we have to expand, and in that, life is pushing you continuously to expand. As a child, when you are born, who is Shudra? Who does not know or who is incapable of taking care of himself. So every child, all he does is shushu ho gaya, bhook lagi, only crying. The one who cries for everything is Shudra, worker. But that child starts growing up, learns to walk, learns to eat, goes to school, picks up skill base, educates himself. But if you keep continuing to cry, then you have not grown up. Then we have not grown up, not only you, me too. We have not grown up. See? But as we grow, then we become employees or whatever profession we have got into, or we become businessmen, or we become leaders, etc., etc. Living in this life, we have to live like our Janak Maharaj. You know who was Janak Maharaj? A Raja Rishi. He was a perfect administrator. At the same time, he was a realized master. This is the maximum potential you can come to in this world. Well, there is one more beyond that, which is Brahma Rishi. Very few of them are there. But at least we can come to that point. A very modern example of a good administrator and a creator and a thinker was our Abdul Kalam, our president. He also started from humble beginnings, but kept growing, kept expanding, and became a source of inspiration for everyone. All age groups. Are we an inspiration to anyone in life? To our colleague, to our children, to our brothers, sisters, to our parents? And inspiration doesn't mean that, oh yeah, come on. No. Are we able to bring a smile to the face of the person who's in front of us? Are we able to do that? Then what you are saying, na, ki that we are one with the reality. How does that one with the reality express? Happiness in the heart and smile on the face. Your disposition itself is enough to bring inspiration to the other person. You come in the presence of fire, automatically the cold goes away and you feel warm. You have not touched the fire. There are people, you must have, someone came today to the temple, someone said, I saw the statue of Radha Krishna and I don't know, I started melting from inside. See, that statue is able to invoke that devotion, is able to melt because the importance that you have given. Have we given importance to ourselves in life that we want to become perfect? We want to achieve perfection while living, not posthumously. While living. Or is our presence wherever you go, the room becomes empty? Are we that type of personality? Khadus aa gaya. Or is or we have molded ourselves into such a person that people seek our company, people want to be in our company. See? And that requires hard work. That requires hard work. Hard work is again, now we are coming to Bhagavad Gita. काम तो करना है. You cannot run away from work. Every moment, life is presenting you something that you have to do. How do you do it? Very, very famous verse that you have heard in Bhagavad Gita is Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. Your right to function in this life is only do whatever life is bringing to you. You have set the goals, you have started the business, I started, I come to Dubai. Now what happens afterwards? Every day will present itself. And when it presents itself, I have to deal with it. And I have to deal with it without doubt. I have to deal with it with inspiration. I have to deal with it surrendering the whole moment to that higher. That I don't have to tell you, I'm telling you now, but in my heart, that is continuously that connection is going on. If we do that in our daily life, you're already in the making of or realizing your full potential. See? So, yesterday, I don't know, but we went, where did we go? Khorfakan we went on the first day. And there we had a nice satsang, and that time I think I was mentioning this point, that now we are talking about availability. How do we become available for full potential to express through us? We don't know what full potential means. We have an idea that full potential could be God potential. That full potential at a worldly level could be, I'm a CEO of a big company, or I'm having my own company or whatever. So how do I allow that full potential to express through me? And why is it not happening at this moment? मन में आया होगा कभी ना कभी तो कि there is a possibility, but we are stuck in our teeny-meeny idea of ourselves. And why are we not able to expand? For that expansion, we go to God, we go to temple, we go on pilgrimages, we climb Amarnath, we climb Tapovan, and come back exhausted. And for few days, a sense of exhilaration is there, but it doesn't last long. It's a sense of achievement, but it has not transformed us permanently. And why is that? Because we make it into a memory. So some people talk about, I am, as someone said here, that we are living out our karma. Majority people will agree, isn't it? We are living out our karma. But are we creating more karma? Are we? So, did you take birth to create more karma or only exhaust your karma? Why did you get a human birth? Exhaust your human birth and realize your true potential. But in place of that, we are exhausting our life as it is flowing. It is exhausting our karma, but we are creating new karma, which is becoming an impediment in realizing our true potential. So data increase होता जा रहा है, subconscious impressions increase होते जा रहे हैं. And as I told that night, first night, our mind is having thoughts. It's a continuous flow of thoughts. We are talking about managing our life so that full potential can express. If you observe even right now, all the thoughts that are appearing in your mind will be either of past or of future. If you are in the utter moment, there can be no thought. There will be only silence. So all thoughts are only of the past or future. Can we do anything about what has happened already? No. Can we do something about what is going to happen? Maybe, because it hasn't happened yet. To address that, so if we take our mind, which is full of thoughts, 50%, I'm just making a generalization here, 50% of thoughts are of the past, 50% of the thoughts are of the future, 50% thoughts of the past we cannot do anything because they are already there, or the impressions are already there, the karma has gone there as a memory and got stuck, and it's and it appears as our default settings in life. If in certain situations we have certain responses, all that is because of that memory. But these thoughts of the future, which are the result, which are leading to anxiousness, which are leading to restlessness, can we do something about it? Everyone wants to, but they don't know how. And this was Arjuna's problem also. Arjuna said he was having a breakdown in his, the only breakdown and a major breakdown in his life. And he didn't know how to handle himself. He's thinking all his arguments are correct, but the teacher, Krishna, he is standing in front of him and he is seeing the breakdown of Arjuna, his friend, his cousin, his disciple, because Arjuna has said, I am your disciple, I am your devotee, and his devotee, breakdown is, and he is nicely smiling. If someone, you are crying and you are disturbed and someone smiles, how will you feel? You will feel frustrated, man. You will feel angry. And Krishna Bhagavan is smiling and Arjuna is watching, but he has already surrendered. Remember this. We become angry because the person who is smiling at us, we have not given him that position of importance in our life. If we had given, answer was there and then. Arjuna has given that status of importance to Krishna. And he thinks that Krishna is smiling. That means I'm going wrong in my thinking somewhere. See? Maybe if you are all bosses in your company and some employee comes with a silly problem, you will just smile it away because you know from where he is coming, it is minuscule problem. From your point of view, it is nothing. But for him, it is a very big thing. From our Krishna, who is full potential is expressing. From his point of view, Arjuna's problem is minuscule, not worth, insignificant. And yet, he wants to teach the world. And therefore, he smiles and he says, Arjuna says that that you are, he doesn't say that you are smiling, but he still reiterates his reasons for not fighting the war, not becoming proactive in life, not wanting to deal with what life is presenting him at this at that moment, which is war, and he wants to पतली गली से गायब होना चाहता है और कुछ नहीं. He wants to take the easy way out. He wants to take the easy way out. And Krishna says, what do you want? He says, I want the highest truth. He thought by taking this position of wanting the highest truth, he will be free of all responsibilities. And Krishna gives him the highest truth. From verse 10 of chapter 2 to verse number 30-31. He gives him the highest truth, where you see that the Atma cannot be cut, Atma cannot be burned, and all those things. There is no birth, there is no death, etc., etc. But every word of those 20 verses or so is a bouncer going over Arjuna's head. He does not comprehend anything. Does not comprehend anything. And Arjuna, Krishna Bhagavan is watching how this fellow is performing as the knowledge is coming to him. He is giving them the highest knowledge, and this fellow's eyes are the window to the soul. And Krishna could see this fellow has lost the plot. He comes down to his level, and the first message that he gives him is this verse: Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. The breakdown in Arjuna's life was not because of his memories. The breakdown in Arjuna's life was expectation of what was going to happen as a result of the war. What is going to happen if I take these decisions in company? What if I pick up my bow and arrow and all these people are going to, oh my God, so many people are, I am going to be the cause of all this death. I don't want to fight the war. All these ladies will become, they will not have their husbands, sons, brothers. I don't want to be the cause of that. All these killings will take me to hell. I don't want to go to hell. Expectation of consequences brought about the breakdown in personality, breakdown in the identity crisis that Arjuna had. And how do you reform such a person who is already going through a crisis? You cannot do, I cannot, see here, he changed the settings of the chair to put it in a sort of a semicircle so that we are a bit cozy. So how do can Krishna change anything outside to change the mindset of Arjuna? Can you change anything outside? Give him extra money to change the mindset of the employee? Can you do something outside? People do. They do window shopping. They go and spend the money because whole week they are working and they feel, I'm going to splash the money around, and that gives, how much satisfaction does it give? Temporary. Next week again the same story. There's no lasting happiness there. So Krishna is going to the root, and the root is your mind. And to reform that mind, he says the first step is plan the future, plan the goals, but don't keep thinking of the result. Your job is only here and now, because once you have put things in place, life is going to present situations. And majority of the people, they want only positive results, and they want to avoid negative results. But tell me, is life like that? If there is day, there is night. You want, you may be thinking that after this lecture you will get some snacks. Today there are no snacks. Oh my God, स्वामी जी क्यों बताया? अब घर जाके खाना पड़ेगा. हम तो सोच रहे थे कल दिया था तो आज भी मिलेगा. आज कुछ नहीं है बाहर. सोचो, अभी देखो अपने मन को क्या हो रहा है. बाद में विशाल को गाली मिलेगी. क्या यार, इतना बुलाया, कुछ नहीं किया. सोचो, expectation. So how are we going to deal with it? Are we going to react to what life is presenting us, or are we going to stand in the middle? Samatvam yoga uchyate. You know, अपना LIC का है, क्या है उसका लोगो? Yoga karmasu kaushalam. That whatever you do deftly. You do with perfectly. Kaushalam is do it perfectly, whatever you do. So if you eat perfectly. If you wear clothes, let them be, you should look smart. You walk perfectly. You get angry also perfectly. You want to scream perfectly. You want to love perfectly. But that is only possible when you are in the present moment. To get into the present moment, first thing you have to give up is the future results. And once that is done, so now what is happening to the mind, which was cluttered with the memories of the past and expectations of the future? Both of them appear as thoughts in your mind. Now 50% thoughts, so slowly the number of thoughts of the future are reducing. And as the mind is becoming uncluttered, what starts happening? Expansion starts happening of the mind. Another word for it is, it starts getting purified of thoughts. The agitations become less. Restlessness of the thoughts is reduced. And a new faculty starts emerging in that mind. And what is that? That more than what I am doing in life, my attitude behind what I am doing is more important. What I am doing in life, more important than the doing, more important than the work, the attitude behind the work is important. A murderer is holding a knife, a doctor is also holding a knife. Intention is different. One is to kill, one is to heal. This will make us to realize our full potential. So when we are at work, as a sannyasi, this is also work going on right now. So when we are talking to someone, when we are dealing with someone, is our attention on the higher? Is our intention pure? Or is our intention to manipulate the person who is in front of me? Is our intention to suck the life out of that person because I have given him the job. He has to do everything that I say. He has got no life other than working for me. That is Rakshas Vritti. That is Rakshas Vritti. Rakshas means demonic thinking. That person who you have employed is also a divine being. There is also divinity expressing in that. But you will access that divinity, you will be able to cater to that divinity if you are in touch with your own divinity. And to be in touch with your own divinity, you need to slow down in your mind. You can be dynamic outside in the world, but in your mind you need to slow down. How do you rejuvenate yourself every day? By going to sleep. Going to sleep means what? Slowing down of every thought of the day, isn't it? When there is no thought, only then sleep begins. And that no thought state then rejuvenates you and energizes you, and you are able to again face the world next day. Imagine you are able to live with that empty mind 24/7. And at the right time, the right thought comes. At the right time, the right decision comes. At the right time, the right stimuli comes. and you find yourself in the right place with the right people, in the right circumstances, with the right contacts, with the everything is right going on. You're just on a roller coaster of life. Is it possible, Swamiji? Krishna was like that. Mahatmas are like that. But it is possible. You have to empty. And first, reduce the expectations. Understand that in life, always positive is not going to happen. There will be negatives also. Don't get excited with the positives. Don't get depressed with the negatives and make the life of the employees hell. आजकल सिर्फ शॉर्ट टर्म थिंकिंग चल रही है. अभी मैं आई वाज स्टेइंग विद समवन इन लंदन. ही इज अ वाइस प्रेसिडेंट एट सिटी बैंक, मिड मैनेजमेंट, and 18 hours a day, man, and no vision, because 140 years old company, Citibank, they are stuck in their old ways, no vision of the future, where they want to go. They're not ready to change. You remember जिसने तबला सीखा हुआ था doesn't want to change his habits. Very difficult. So now he's thinking कहीं और देखेंगे जहाँ पे कि there is innovation possible. So from purification, little bit less thoughts in your mind. If no thoughts is going to rejuvenate you for the next day, while living, if you can bring about a condition where your mind is quiet, then you will have enough energy every day, even during the day. Infinite energy is possible. And that condition of little bit slow down of the mind brings your attention, makes your mind refined enough to think, what is my intention behind every action? Is it to construct or is it to destruct? Is it to spread love or is it to control and instill fear? Very clear. Is it to manipulate or is it to heal? Difference between modern medicine and Ayurvedic medicine. खाते रहो, अभी तो कोई सोल्यूशन ही नहीं है वेस्टर्न मेडिसिन में किसी भी चीज़ का. एंड व्हाट डज आयुर्वेदा डू? इट स्टॉप्स यू फ्रॉम गेटिंग सिक if you maintain that from childhood or even whenever you can start. See, once you come to refine your intentions, this is 3rd chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Once you have refined your intentions and you are becoming clearer and clearer that I am not here to manipulate anything, to disturb anything. I'm only here to love and spread joy and happiness. It leads to the next stage. And what is that stage? What is the next chapter? We have reached 4th chapter. We are only going up to 5th, don't worry. There are 18 chapters. So 4th chapter says that wherever there is action, there is unaction. Wherever there is activity, there is inactivity. And this mind of the seeker, the mind which is wanting to release the potential, whatever is inherent within it, he starts seeing the dual play of life, that wherever there is day, there is night. Similarly, wherever there is action, there is inaction or unaction. Where there is joy, there is sorrow. Where there is success, there is failure. And our Bhagavad Gita says, Sukha dukkha same kritva labha labho jaya jayo tato yuddhaya yuddhasva na shochati na kankshati. So what does it say? Don't get disturbed, don't get excited by the joys, sukha. Don't get depressed by the dukkha. So what do? Same kritva. Remain in the middle. Gain and loss, remain in the middle. Because that's the nature of life. Victory and defeat, remain in the middle. Na shochati, don't ruminate over the regrets of the past. Na kankshati, don't keep thinking about what is going to happen in the future and become scared of the future. Where is the whole world going? So many wars are going on. Is it going to crash? Should I take the money out of the stock market? Should I put it into gold? But gold is also sometimes going up. It will keep going on. It will. By the time you end, you are totally बहुत सोच लिया यार. I don't know what to do. Na shochiti na kankshati. So remain in the middle. Remain in the middle. Remaining in the middle means that activity is also happening, inactivity is also happening. Now it comes to the 5th chapter, when you start having this vision that everything in life is activity and inactivity. Waking and dream is activity, deep sleep is inactivity, isn't it? That is your life, one day of life. Same thing, you bring it into your life, daily life also. Don't get only worried with, I have to be active, and you have to give equal importance to the other one also. I'm not become productive, but there will be moments when you are not productive. I can't be speaking all the time 24 hours. There will be moments where I'm in silence. Doesn't mean that I'm inactive. Yes, the mind is inactive. Self is still shining forth. So that leads to the 5th chapter, and that is karma sannyasa. You renounce action. Now, very important point. What is difference between action and activity? Tell someone. Because if you know this, your whole life is made. What is the difference between action and activity? Action is result oriented, okay.
Action is after some thought.
Action is after some thought.
With intention.
Action is with intention.
Activity with intention.
Activity, very good. Very good. Now you bring this slight shift in your understanding. Activity with ego is called action. Activity with ego is called action. In other words, ego expresses as doer and enjoyer. So activity with doership. So if at this moment I am speaking and I say I am speaking, and if I am speaking, then there will be a result. And I am worried that I am speaking well or I am not speaking well, I am giving enough examples or not giving examples, and my attention is on the result. Are you understanding or not understanding? Ego has all these issues. And therefore, breakdown in personality, nervousness. But if I see this only as an activity, that the divine is speaking, it does not matter whatever happens. And that's what is happening. You don't, hunger comes, you say, I am hungry. Eyes blink, and if I bring your attention to the eyes, you say, I am blinking. Ears are hearing, and I bring your attention, you say, I am hearing. So, activity is going on in your body. Some idiot comes, identifies with that activity and says, I am hungry, I am waking, I am dreaming, I am sleeping, I am intelligent, I am educated, I am doing the business, and creates a problem for himself. To be successful, to unleash that potential within and reach that perfection, you have to recognize this. This is the 5th chapter. Karma sannyas. Recognition that activity is taking place. There is no doer of activity. You were born not because you wanted to be born. Someone pushed you out of the womb. You did not start breathing by your own will. Someone gave you a slap on the back by hanging you upside down. If you know, you don't know. I'm telling you now. You ask any nurse how the child is born. They hang you upside down and on the back, एक tap करते हैं. And the first action is not breathe, no crying, not breathing in. First action is breathing out. Breathing out is the first, and all the blocked nose and everything becomes clear. Then there is a suction of air and breathing starts. Growing is happening. You are not growing by your. Are you pulling yourself? No. Hunger comes. The start. सब कुछ पता है. I'm not going to go into that day. So everything in your life is happening. Sleep happens. Waking happens. Dream happens. Everything else. But this idiot comes and says, I am dreaming, I am, and this is the way to communicate. We cannot stop that. But inside yourself, come to realize that I am not the dreamer. Dream is happening. Same way, when we are in our life, whatever is taking place, have this disposition that everything is taking place. Don't take ownership of it. The moment you take ownership, there is a problem. Then creativity stops. Now this situation has come, I have to, if I take the ownership of that situation, I will struggle to find answers for that situation. And as an individual, as a manager, as a father or a mother, I am only limiting my thinking. But if I surrender it to the Lord, you become an medium, as someone used that word. You become a medium, you become a vessel for that higher consciousness to come up with a solution. It's intuitive. When you are in tune with the divine, when you are in tune with the self, the mind and intellect, heart and intellect or heart and mind, they integrate, they synchronize. And that's when the intuitive ability comes. Only in the mind, intellectual. Only in the heart, rona dhona. But when heart and mind, they come together, you come across a new faculty that starts functioning out of you. And that is called intuition. Smarter way to live. We are all living for what? To do more with less, isn't it? We want minimum investment, maximum return. यही है और क्या? And here is one way that if you think of the higher, and this is the way, don't think of the results, purify your intentions, see that opposites is the norm of life, so don't get influenced by the changes, remain in the center undisturbed, and come to recognize that everything is as it is. Someone else is there, and keep thinking of that higher one who has created this creation, who is functioning, who is making everything go round, who is making the day and night come and go, who is making the whole solar system go around, who is making the whole universe go around. Think of that person. If it is God, think, okay. If not, see, every great scientist has been how should I say, has done self-reflection. Life में अगर from an employee you want to go up, you have to change your knowledge base, as we said before. This is the highest knowledge, which is going to take care of everything. Minimum with maximum returns. And in this manner, then last point, the 6th chapter takes you into meditation. When your mind is empty, when you have come to the center, when you are not disturbed by what the world is presenting you, when you have full confidence and conviction that whatever is taking place is perfect by His will, and He will express through me to correct whatever is required to be done, because I'm thinking of Him, and I can only think of Him when I'm in the present moment. Such a person every now and then during the day, he comes into a meditative poise, even while working. When we are doing something we are enjoying, we forget, we go beyond time, isn't it? When you are enjoying, suppose you are enjoying a nice podcast on the radio or in the car, you don't know how you have covered that 1 hour. Suddenly time stops for you. Exactly the same way. How? When you are in the moment doing, in this disposition that we have narrated just now, you go beyond time, you go beyond space, you are in tune with the divine, having no doubt of solutions and creative solutions and intuitive solutions to whatever life is presenting in front of you, because the whole life that is presenting outside is nothing but a projection of your own mind. Just like yesterday we talked about this, if you catch this, life is made. Just like the dream is nothing but your mind. Mind alone becomes all the things in the dream. Exactly the same is true about the waking also. And if you follow this process of what we have narrated and come to recognize this, you are at the right place, at the right time, in the right situation, with the right contacts, with the right experiences. Then you don't wish I should be there. You don't wish I don't want to be there. You are here. That's it. These are the ways, some of the examples, and upward or trajectory of our mind, so that the highest potential can start expressing in our life, so that we can, once we have learned to manage our life in this manner, wherever we are, we will be able to take care of the situation. Whether we are in office, whether we are in our business, whether we are in a family, wherever life places us, we are effective. With that, I conclude and hope it made sense to you people. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Just sit quietly for a moment. Hari Om.